Hello guys, how are you doing? I hope this video find you safe and healthy through this situation we are living of isolation because of the coronavirus. Uh, Today we will talk about technology. Uh, thinks this is an important subject because technology is helping us in this situation. So to start, I will open here. Yeah, all right. So it is about technology. Uh, our team. My name is Aline Pereira. I will conduct the beginning of the presentation, but we have two: Bruno Moret, Guilmar Cunha, Juliana Freire, Natália Goulart, and Ian Araújo as part of the team. Uh, so uh, the first thing we will see it is a video about the evolution of the work table. So guys, as you can see, in the beginning of the uh, 80 years, we have a lot of things in our table. We have a different kind of computer, and we had a fax. We have a lot of books. We have a lot of post-its and agendas and other things to help us to conduct our work routine. And now we have on what, a notebook or a cell phone, and they have all the things we need to work. So the we see the evolution have to transformation your work environment too. We will put the the credits for the video on the description of this presentation. So now I want to bring us something to interact about the path of the ages. Look at this photo. I don't know if you remember. I remember when I was a child, my grandmother had a cable to the vinyl disc cable, and I remember to listen some histories about children stories like Cinderella and Snow White, and but my sister, that she is about 8 years younger than me, she only see this on internet or in places that sold discs, vinyl discs. So this is, but in the last age, this is the way that our grandpas and grandma listen to music. So the next, I remember to have this one. It is cassette tape, and I remember that it was side A and side B, like the vinyl, and I remember to think the tape and to wrote this because it was fun, but I remember to listen to music to this in a song footage. And the next one, it is more recently, we have this in the big place like Americanas CDs. Yes, I used to have a lot of CDs, but now I think I use them to doing some craft. So, but it is more recently. And nowadays, what is the most famous? We have Spotify, we have Deezer, we have Forshare, and nowadays they are easily than other things like CDs or another way to listen to music. CDs and vinyl and other things are more fancy thing than a necessary thing, because today you can pay what 80 reais to use Spotify, and it's more accessible than the other one. So now we will talk about movies, and this is I haven't seen this before, but one day I remember to go to a cinema, little cinema, and in Itajubá, and see a little about this, but I think it's the oldest one. I think no one of our age use this in practical life, but it's the beginning of the cinema. It is it. And I remember this one, the VHS, and I remember, if you are from Itajubá, my city, we have a famous place called Oliver Video, and I remember to go there when I was a child every Friday to rent 2 or 3 VHS and about Disney movies, like the picture. It was a childhood memory, and in my grandmother we some movies in VHS version, but I don't know. I think we don't have the place to put them. So yes, I remember that. And after that we have DVDs. And when my sister was a child, she had a lot of DVDs about Disney movies and other things. And I remember Oliver started to rent to sold to DVDs, because VHS was oldest thing. So I remember this. And after that we have Netflix. Today we have HBO, have called Amazon, we have now YouTube, or Hulu, and a lot of ways to watch our series and our movies. So nowadays Oliver Video doesn't exist anymore, because well, it's easily rent a film online or paid Netflix, then go to the place and rent the movie and have to go to the place again to give them. So this is the new way to deal with. And now we will talk about games. And I don't know if you remember this game, but my first cell phone had this game, and I loved this game. And I remember that when I was a teenager, I passed hours and hours playing with that. I didn't care about the cell phone and talk to people by cell phone, but I loved this game. And I remember the cell phone was indestructible, so yeah, it was a great cell phone. And I wasn't addicted to video games, but I remember my cousins, and I remember this one especially, and and I remember they had a special care with down video games, but for the boys and the girls that was addicted to video games, this image is a famous image. But I remember Xbox. Nowadays, I saw my little cousins play on Xbox, and the world on it's not so cool like Xbox. And I remember when I saw Xbox for the first time, and my aunt gave me one, and we have the dance game, and I remember I danced for 4 hours, and because I was so excited, because wow, a game that I move and he can see me, so wow, this is incredible. And the next day I went to the hospital because 4 days of 4 hours of active is not healthy. So yes, this is a great game, but moderation is important. So this is a wow, it is a historical thing, because I remember to saw my father using that, and saw the coins going down, and I think it was incredible, but I never had used that before, and but if you look around, probably you will see in the city or old photos. It's not a relic. But nowadays you have smartphones and cell phones, and it's so much easier, and we can bring you to whatever you go. So this is what we have nowadays. Then we have that Isiki, that is the oldest one. I think I didn't remember about that, because when I started to use the internet, it was old. So but I remember MSN. I remember to spend a lot of my day in the MSN, talk with my friends, with my family, and it was so cool because you could put the song you was listen to in that moment, and it was incredible. But I like that a lot. But nowadays we have a lot of other ways to talk with your friends, and we have the most famous WhatsApp, and I think Skype too. It is the two biggest of the other ones, but yeah, it is a simple way. So now we're going to talk about technology vocabulary.
Hi guys! I will talk to you some words and definitions about the technology. That is, scientific knowledge used in practical ways industry. For example, in designing new machines. Because of this, it's very important everybody to understand. The definitions of all the words I will speak can be found in the Oxford Dictionary. Let's go. Virus. Virus is a living thing too small to be seen without a microscope. It causes disease in people, animals, and plants. Hey, stop! I told you I would talk about technology, did I? So, why am I talking about virus? Well, virus has more than one definition. It can refer to disease or technology. But then what is a virus in perspective technology? Instructions that are hidden within a computer program and are designed to cause faults or destroy data. If you think in a way, the first definition can also be applied to virus in the technology. After all, the virus makes the computer sick. I said that the virus causes faults. The faults in a computer are known like bug. Bug? Isn't bug an animal? Yes, it is. But it can also mean a faulty machine, especially in a computer, system, or program. But why this? What does the relation of insect and computer? In 1946, after the war, Grace Hopper left the United States Navy and entered Harvard College. The time she managed to find a moth that was attracted by the light in the room and the heat of the calculator. The event becomes well known that is currently on display at the Smithsonian National Museum of American History with the book in which Grace Hopper records what's happening to the moth. This occurrence is considered the precursor to the use of the term bug on a computer. How I said, the bugs happen in the software. This because the software is the program used by a computer for doing particular jobs. Already, the hardware is the machines and electronic parts in a computer or other electronic system. The computers are made for people, and the technology is more time advanced. Of this advance emerge the concept artificial intelligence, that is, the study and development of computer systems that can copy intelligent human behavior. Do this study, we have an automated industry. Do you know what automation means? The automations help the companies use machines and the computers instead of to do a job or task. Other tool that helps the companies and the people are telecommunications. The telecommunications are the technology of sending signals, emails, and messages of long distance by radio, telephone, television, satellite, etc. As Aline told you earlier, computers have a lot of data, information stored by a computer. The organization, this data, inside that are stored in a computer and can be looked at and used in various ways are called database. The organization of the database generates sets of information that are too large or too complex to handle, analyze, or use with standard methods are called big data. For to see more clearly the information of big data, you have a dashboard, a diagram that shows important information, typically one that gives an outline of a business. On the companies, it's common have much information for analyze and data for create. Due to the companies have a business intelligence, methods and technologies that greater store, report, and analyze business data to help people make business decisions. I can give with examples some softwares like TOTUS, ACP, among others. Have several professionals specialized in technology. This we can see as an example. Hacker and Quaker. Exactly. Although these words are similar, your significance are completely different. Hacker developed and modified computer software and hardware. Quaker, who practices breaking a security system. Generally, Quaker are considered criminals. Yes, because in most times they break systems for use illegally. They break the system utilizing password cracking. However, there are many people that disagree the Quaker are criminals. This because depends on finality that professional make it act. He can be quaking, thinking of good or not. And you, do you consider yourself technological? That is, connected with technology? I believe that your answer is yes, because in some things we are faced with something connected with technology. Let your comments below if you know other words or if you would like to know the meaning the word watch expression. Continue with Ian to learn more about current events.
Hi guys, my name is Ian Araújo. I'm studying Business Administration at Unifei, Itajubá. Today I'm gonna talk to you about some technological trends. It's not new for us that things change very quickly at the technological field. So I decided to emphasize two trends that, in my opinion, is more important for us discuss now. That is artificial intelligence and share economy. So I'm gonna show you the most emerging themes in each of them. Well, let's start from artificial intelligence. The first theme that I want to bring to our discussion at this time is deep learning. Deep learning is an artificial intelligence that which algorithms work into modeling human brain functions and structure. Actually, this demand became from a long time. However, works including deep learning raising 35 folds between 2015 and 2017, and numerous areas of artificial intelligence technology like computer vision, autonomous vehicles, and automatic test generation are the fields where deep learning use is a peak. Another trend in artificial intelligence is facial recognition. Let's take two examples to better understand this concept. One is a Facebook Deepface, a program that helps us to find our friends and family in our photos. And the other one is face recognition in the famous iPhone X as a digital password. These days, we are moving towards making all personalized, whether shopping or advertising or and so on. As a result, this technology this technology must be used for a biometric identification to large extent. Some other uses of facial recognition, like payment processing, will be at the peak. Facial recognition can also show its own value in healthcare field too, for following through clinical trials and medical diagnostics procedures. Open water. Imagine technology for honor capable for reading images from our brains likes to have a bright future. The third trend in artificial intelligence is an AI-enabled chip. Artificial intelligence heavily banks on specialized processing completing the CPU. Even the highly advanced CPU may not improve the speed of training an AI model. In the year of 2020, chip manufacturers like Intel, ARM, MID, IMD, and Qualcomm will ship specialized chips capable of making execution of AI applications. Such chips will be optimized for a particular utilization and scenarios of concerning computer vision, speech recognition, and natural language process. The last trend inside the artificial intelligence is the cloud. According to an expert reporter, the largest public cloud providers will have risen in 2020. On the other hand, enterprise spend will increase. The six well-known hyperscale cloud leaders Amazon, Alibaba, Google, IBM, Microsoft, and Oracle will become larger in 2020, as per the reported prediction. At the same time, the world cloud computing marketing, which includes cloud platforms and business service, will cross 200 billions in the year, expanding above 20% as per the reporter estimation. Now let's talk about shared economy. Since shared economy can be less popular term than AI, let's start from definition. Well, trying to define exactly what the shared economy is wouldn't do the term justice, because it's an economic principle that is in constant evolving. In the very simplest term, is the use of technology to facilitate the exchange access of goods or services between two or more parties. Well, the first trend inside the shared economy is a transportation. The Uber accession in transportation industry is one of the best examples to illustrate the effect of sharing economy in a traditional sector. Uber and other ride-sharing services offer an affordable, safe, and convenient alternative to traditional transportation options, such as a public transit or taxi cabs. By utilizing efficient mobile application and a network of vetted drivers, the ride-sharing companies satisfies the consumer transportation demands while providing an arguably better user experience than the traditional means. The second trend inside the shared economy is a professional and personal services. The benefits of sharing economy are best illustrated in professional and personal service space. Professional and personal service are defined by work that requires special knowledge, skills, experience, certifications, or training, like copywriters, accountants, or plumbers. Well, the third trend inside the shared economy is a healthcare. The healthcare industry expects to generate annual revenue of $8.7 trillion by 2020. That likely explains why venture funding for digital health startups increased by 10.2% in 2019 compared to 2018. Although the sharing economy has yet to really take hold in the healthcare industry, many suspect it to be the next frontier for collaborative consumer.
Well, now I'm going to show you a video that we find very interesting. It's talk about the impact of technologies in this business world. I hope you like it. Enjoy!
Technology, its impact on your world of work. The world of work is constantly changing. 65% of children entering primary school today will be doing new jobs that don't yet exist. Technologies that haven't yet been invented will solve problems that aren't even problems yet. You are part of the fourth industrial revolution. Technology is changing quickly. It affects most things you do in life and will impact how you work in the future. What you think is modern and technologically advanced now might look old and slow in 5 to 10 years' time. Think about how the iPhone has changed over the last 10 years. So just imagine what the future of mobile technology could be. New roles are emerging all the time. Just think about the jobs of today that didn't exist 10 years ago. Jobs such as an app developer, social media consultant, and 3D printing engineer. Some of the tech predictions of the future include 10% of the world's population will be wearing clothes connected to the internet. By 2026, smart clothing will be available that changes color and shape and keeps you cool or warm. Artificial intelligence already exists among us in our everyday lives, and whilst they are predicted to take some human jobs, they still need humans to control and program them. Think about those in charge of controlling space robots, police robots, or controlling a robotic arm during surgery. Within 15 years, some things AI and robots are expected to do include driving cars, shopping, and cooking for us. Some of the jobs we know today will be considered being high risk for future automation. The jobs are there, just in a different and technological way. And remember, employees of the future need the skills to do the things that AI cannot easily do: critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and creativity. Some of the digital technology jobs that exist today include cybersecurity specialists, big data analysts, coders, and software engineers. Think, digital technology jobs are on the rise. Wales is playing its part at the cutting edge of new technology. The Academy of Robotics based at Aberystwyth University is aiming to have their driverless car go to deliver packages ready for testing in 2018. Comparison Creator in Cwmbran is developing the latest software for leading comparison websites such as GoCompare and Confused.com. Opportunities to work in the digital sector in Wales will be expanding. The digital sector in the UK is creating jobs 2 times faster than jobs in the non-digital sector. These jobs are usually highly skilled and highly paid. The average advertised digital salary in the UK is £51,000. Yet 3 in 5 businesses are suffering a shortage of digital talent, and more than half say this talent gap is on the rise. Have a think. Would you like a career linked to the digital world?
Did you like it? I chose this video because the message it sends about the future of the job market is very important. In the coming years, some jobs will disappear and others will emerge. I would like you to think, are we prepared for this change? Today, do you consider yourself a qualified professional for this? We live in a complex era, in which everything is connected and new forms of interaction are emerging. According to a projection by PwC, one of the largest service providers in the world, 48% of works will be replaced by machines in the United States alone in the next 10 years. In Germany, it will be 35%. and in Japan, 21%. Transport and logistics are among the sectors that appear that from, with the possibility of exchanging 56% of human labor for computers, followed by sales for 44% and finance 32%. They are some essential skills that your future will require of you, as was discussed in this video. And it's about these skills that I'm going to talk to you. Murilo Gun, professor of creative and founder of Keep Learning School, in his course Skills of the Future, presents some fundamental characters that the job market starts to demand. Guns defend that the great differential of human being is precisely being human. The first skill is intrapersonal intelligence, in which psychologist Howard Gardner speaks in his theory of multiple intelligence. What is more is the ability to know yourself and control yourself. In addition to this intelligence, Gunn presents several others, but I would like to highlight two others: creative intelligence and artificial intelligence. Do you know what is to be creative? It doesn't mean that you need to be an artist. In fact, to be creative is to have the ability to provide non-standard solutions to real problems. The market needs this skill a lot of much. You should only follow the practice already imposed by society. You should always try to think outside the box. About artificial intelligence, the professional of the future will not need to learn to program technologies and know how to use them. For example, today you, the future administrator, know how to use Excel. Technologies will be currently another issue that professionals should be aware for the importance of capturing, processing, and analyzing data in the job market. Today, companies are concerned with turning data into information about their customers. In this way, they are able to guarantee competitiveness in the market. Do you know what are the main tools needed for data collection and analyzing? Some of them are Google Analytics, Minitab, Power BI, and etc. For example, currently the Human Resources Department already uses People Analytics to be more precise in selection process through data collection and analyzing. Our tip for you is stay tuned to trends and job market and also the change that technology is causing.
The coronavirus pandemic is causing profound changes on the plans we live in, including sudden digital transformation. Part of this involves adopting the home office as an emergency measure by leaving people working from home to prevent the disease from spreading further and more quickly. We have examples from around the world that show how technology helps to stop a pandemic. The country Estonia, accustomed to digital, the population felt impacted by the pandemic because before it was already a master in digitalization long before the emergency of the new coronavirus. An article in the New York highlights that the country's economy is closely linked to technology. Its government is digital and most services there can be offered virtually. A kind of digital ID allows this population to do things like vote and receive medical prescription. over the internet, and their personal information is stored with due care of security and privacy. However, for public service offered only over the internet to be totally democratic, it is necessary first to guarantee access to a stable and good speed internet. In Estonia, 19% of households have a broadband connection, and the country is also famous for having exemplary educational system in the development and use of electronic technology. Doesn't country employees creative technology research to develop methods to prevent and contain the spread of disease. Use of an application to free the entry of travelers, especially those who come from areas considered high risk, and is the case in China, for example. Entry into the country is allowed only after installing the app and scanning the QR code in the system, where the person is monitored for a few weeks, having to answer daily a series of questions about their health status. With this, the self-quarantine authorities ensure that they doesn't develop any symptoms of coronavirus entering the country. The app that has already provided so useful that the local government decided to use it to manage the quarantine of more than 30,000 people across the country, periodically monitoring the health status of the population from a distance without having to mobilize health professionals to do so, and GPS localization ensures that residents expect to impose isolation. Taiwan is another place with successful rates in the fighting the pandemic thanks to the technology. When the case of coronavirus is confirmed, in just 2 hours, these people generate a complete active report showing all their movements and interaction from the past 2 weeks. The authorities they are then able to identify other people who are at risk of contamination, placing them in the prevent isolation to prevent further spread. These reports are made through telephone contacts and also through the use of surveillance images, including records from private places, such as companies which promptly provide them to the government in this case. In addition, the country has created an app called Trace Together, by which citizens can find out if they have arrived less than 2 meters away from the infected person. This is possible thanks to the activation of Bluetooth in the application, as these signals have this average rate.
Hello guys, I'm Bruno. I am a business administration student at the Federal University of Itajubá. I am the 5th term of the course. Now I'm going to do a little dynamic view. Something more practical. It's simple. It's a mini game known as truth or myth, okay? I will show you a statement. You have 10 seconds to answer me. It is truth or myth. Let's go. So the first one is MacBooks are immune to virus. Time. It's a myth. That the Apple use the advertise only the marketing strategy for increase your sales. However, it's proven that's the lie. That your computers are vulnerable to the virus. Yes. So the next sentence is: the email was created before the internet. Time. It's true. For those who don't know, the email even appeared before the internet, and also the email is a useful tool to the creation of the internet. The third sentence is: the private browser keep you anonymous. Time. It's a myth because many users believe that the private browser keep you anonymous. However, depending on your computer, the record of your site's visits, even the private browser, keep saving in your historic. Next sentence is: empty or trash can permanently erase data. Time. Even you empty your computer, there are programs that can recover your erased data. So this is not completely safe. The next sentence is: the native range of the Himalayas gave rise to the name of the Firefox browser. Time. It's true. Different what everyone thinks. The symbol of the Firefox browser, it's not a red fox or fire. Actually, the symbol is a red panda, native of the Himalayas. That give rise on the name to the biggest browser of the internet in the world. The next sentence is: the Apple invented the tablet. Time. It's a myth. Contrary to everything imaginable, the Apple iPad launched in 2010. It's the biggest device, but it is not the first device as a tablet. The next sentence is: the first camera took 8 hours to take a picture. Time. It's true. If you feel uncomfortable, your cell phone took about few seconds to take a picture. Imagine the first camera take about 8 hours to take one photo. This way occurs in France in 1826. It is the first photograph in the history. The last one sentence is: a 5 megabytes hard drive weighed a ton in 1956. Time. It's true. In September 1956, the IBM launched the first computer which the height is the more than your atom. So finally, I would like to watching. I hope you stay home, stay safe. I think it's very hard this quarantine period. Thank you for watching. Stay home, wash your hands, stay safe. Thank you.